So this is the G Gould Slant T guitar. There's, to my knowledge, there's only one of these. This is it's an amazingly nice looking instrument. I've got this is it's got a book mat. It's a two-piece top, I believe, is what it would be considered. It's got a book matched swamp ash top over a basswood body, and it's got this crazy rainbow trout finish that goes from, I'm hoping you can see this in here, it goes from this really insanely hot pink to this purple over on the side. It's quite gorgeous, and of course it's got this carbon fiber neck, custom made here in the USA. The carbon fiber necks are amazingly stable guitar necks. This one has, I'm told, a truss rod in it, but I can't imagine you'd ever use it. I've been using a guitar with a carbon fiber neck for about 35 years, and it's never been adjusted, and rarely, if ever, even needs to be tuned. So this has Emg Pickups on it. It's a SSH system with 2 single coils and a humbucker in the back, and we're listening to it right now with the tone control up. This is the front pickup at the moment, and with the volume up, and this fat control off at the moment. This is, and with the fat control up, it kicks up quite a bit of the middle and some of the volume too, which I find is really great for getting a little bit of extra overdrive for a lead. You can tell the difference in volume. This is it was with the tone control off for your sort of jazzy tones. And of course the other regular pickup selections, you can the middle. Well, I'll turn this off. That's the middle. That's the front again. Middle again. And then we get to this humbucker in the back here, which is very humbuckery. And with the fat control on it, it's you're ready to rock the overdrive, which I don't have set. I'm sitting on a clean toner at the moment, but that's seriously louder than it is without the fat control, which makes it great for punching up those leads. That's yeah. Here's what I like this. This is the front and back pickup together with the without the fat control on. It's you'll edit some of these clams out of here, I'm assuming. So when you get into the distorted channel, this is only a little moderate amount of gain with the thing. This is the when you kick up this fat knob, and of course these are active pickups, so there is you know, only the slightest amount of hum, which is probably coming more from cable or anything else than that. It's very, very quiet compared to your average Fender with a.
Oh, you're in overdrive mode now. So.
I'm in overdrive mode now, and this is. I mean, this should have a tremendous amount of hum with regular standard single coils, but this is. It's the signal to noise ratio. The hum level is so far down there that it's you don't even need like a noise gate or something. This is a wonderfully quiet guitar. Of course, this is let's go back to the clean sound again. The tone control is really effective on this one. Some guitars, you know, the way they're voiced, I guess, is they aren't. Well, you can just really. This is almost. And what I particularly like as opposed to a regular Telecaster is that the placement of the controls it's almost. It's not quite where it would be on a Strat for the kind of roll-ons, but it's in a nice, effective place still, rather than being farther down. And the control layout's pretty cool. And the other thing is this body. I don't know if you can see this, but it's got the scallop like a Strat out of the back of it, which makes it very comfortable, along with the rolled off bout up here, which. I think this guitar is about as comfortable as like a Hershey bar on your dashboard. It's just sort of melts into your body. It's very comfortable, and it's a little bit. So this is a little bit offset from what a regular Telecaster would be. Is that true?
A little bit.
just slightly twisted. I mean, it's it feels like a Strat, but it sort of looks like a Tele. It's a very comfortable guitar. And there's no string tree up here because
there's a peg head angle.
The peg head angle is back, not as much as like a Les Paul or something, but you can still set this guitar down. A fetish of mine, be able to set a guitar down on a table and not have all the pressure on the neck, which is fabulous. So was there anything else that we wanted to talk about? What I think I really like about this system, as opposed to the 5-way switch common on 3 pickup guitars, is that this allows you to have all those positions, and you can have the 2 outside pickups, which on a 5-way switch, generally the middle position is just the middle pickup, and you can still have all the other combinations, but I'll have to knock this off. I find this really nice for rhythm guitar or for blues, or this is just the front pickup. This is with the back pickup mixed in. I don't know what else you want to cover about this thing. I've sort of gone through most of it.
It's just whatever's useful, and just make it sound like a real guitar, otherwise it's fine.
Well, this is a really usable guitar. It's I can't get over this finish. The finish is it's sort of the best of these two worlds. Before Fender came out in the 50s with these kind of car finishes, solid colors and stuff, all the guitars all were sunburst, so they seemed like they were more akin to fine furniture than they were to anything else. And they came out with those bright colors, solid colors, and that more or less sort of changed the way we look at what an electric guitar could look like. But this is sort of the best of both worlds. You can still see the wood in it. It feels like an organic thing, but it's got this wild finish on the thing, which it's bright. It shows up great on a stage, and you have to think about what you're going to wear with this as well. And the neck, I guess if you can see there's a lot of different ways of doing these carbon fiber necks. Sometimes they show grain, or sometimes well, there's a lot of different ways, but this is, what do you call this?
Oh, the old style thing is called Thousand Ladies Dancing, or KLD, but it's just some, chopped up pieces thrown in there to look good.
It's really interesting looking.
Also on the back, while you're there on the back, you can notice there's a separate battery cover for 18-volt power supply.
And this is because there's plastic still over the finish here, all this stuff around here.
Take it off when you...
When you get this thing, you can take that off and it'll be a gorgeous glossy black. 4-bolt neck with Allen keys on the thing instead of your regular... and these are...
Those are Godos.
Godos, yeah. One for each string.
One for each string, yes.
Yes.
Graphite nut, roasted maple fingerboard.
Right, the roasted maple fingerboard. This is sometimes called torrefied, and it's basically they've. My understanding is that they baked this piece of wood, and so all the resin in it has sort of solidified, and that gives it this sort of caramelized. Dark look to it. It looks like an instant vintage piece of wood.
That's the concept, instant vintage.
Yeah, they do this for acoustic guitar tops as well, and hopefully, supposedly, it helps with a break-in period that the thing is going to sound more right when they.
You don't have to wait 25 years for this guitar to sound good.
No, it sounds real good right now. And the bridge is, what's the bridge?
That's the ABM bridge, a non-trem from Germany.
So it's a top loader.
Yeah.
No string through to the back, and it's got the jack on the side, on the bottom here.
All right.
Emg Pickups. These what are these called? They're called
retroactive.
Emg Retroactive Pickups.
And the neck pickup and the middle pickup have different voicings for their positions.
This is this one. This is the middle one. And here's the humbucker again. This fat control, once again, it's sort of a mid-range boost. It's or a presence control that
it rolls off some top and boosts the gain.
Okay. It does boost the gain, and that's the front again. There's the front without, the front with, and there's the middle without, and with. That must be 12 dB or something. It's a lot of gain there. And this is the humbucker, which is already loud. With it. See, the clean channel's even beginning to break up with this hot guy back here.
Yeah. Ready to peel paint.
The neck shape is really nice. Would you call this a D shape, C shape?
I don't call it anything. It's kind of flat and fast.
It's flat, not insanely thin, but it's got a good bit of meat right below the back of the fingerboard on both sides. So it's very, very comfortable. It fits very nicely in your hand. I suppose I'm not a big fan of the V-necks or some of this stuff. This just feels good to me. All right. Well,
Well, thank you very much, Maurice.
Somebody buy this thing before I do.
No,
Because
yes,
I don't need...
Save Maurice from himself.
And my wife won't be happy if I bring home another one.
Okay, no, we can't have that. All right, well, thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.